السلام عليكم. Okay, so this is myself. I'm ElGanzory, .NET developer.
Okay, I will now use Android Studio and then شرحنا we can use Titanium Studio or Titanium Studio. For first to create the first application on Android Studio.
Some of my course, our course, how to develop mobile applications.
I have already installed in my laptop on my device Android Studio.
Our course will focus
to create the first applications, I can make file, a new project,
display our outlines of my course,
and can set the application name for the first file.
that deals of each module. The first module will talk about introduction
applications.
Zero app. We talk about.
Secondly, I can set company. What's company domain? My company domain, I will use it for configuration of my app. When you can distribute app in the publish store, Play Store or iTunes Store, Apple Store, you can use the company domain. It's like the package name or namespace on .NET. This company domain or can call package. This package use it for distribute my app on Google Store or Apple Store. The first thing that can requirement from a publisher store or to publish your app in the Play Store, it is the company domain or package domain. It's unique on a whole project or your ID or studio or the unique on all applications in Play Store. It must be unique. Okay, you can set anything. I can set okcom.sidf.gov.sa.first mobile.
Application on Android, I need to have knowledge about Java programming language. This is a very mobile application on operating system like Android. If I want to develop mobile application on iOS,
you can download. It's free. It's open source, free. Can download and the must install the Android SDKs. Android SDKs are like versions of Android, like KitKat, like Polypop. It's free.
It's called WinSuite. So if I want to develop an application on BlackBerry, I want to do JavaScript.
I will program for now. I can will use or you can use Titanium Absolute.
I want to know 4 different languages to develop different.
If you want to download now, its size is 100 megabyte.
That's my answer.
If you want to do any application now.
Platform that I can let's create.
Okay, I can make next.
Mobile applications with single code.
Okay, I can use the versions of Android like Ice Cream, JetBeans. It's installed on my device. The target applications I can do it for version of mobile applications. I can use I can use API 16.
Focus on iOS and Android.
Yes. Okay, I can make next. It's template like blank activities don't have any themes. Blank activities with fragments. I can divide my activity with fragments like divs in SP, the tags of div. Okay, it's full screen. I can have map activity for map activity. What can you choose? I can choose blank activity. Next.
I have pre-live
what's activity? The activity in Android Studio contains
for user interface. I can have titanium.ui for the access any web service or anything on network. I have titanium.network. Okay, we'll talk about what's modules. Modules like data access or class library in C# or .NET Visual Studio. I can generate PDF files to get access can access or add reference
in Android.
Like the modules in Titanium, I can contain files. Like
first file with Java,
and the first file can upload on internet.
The file for Java for programming language.
I can use
XML for design. It's separate.
for any
Like in MVC patterns, it's multiple controller. I can make all code controller library upload it in classes, and the views or user interface
I can
with free. It's the main concept. I can separations. Activity has two files. One for programming and one for design.
About the
activity name you can set file to Java. The main activity will create new file to Java if I want to go to develop and layout name and for design to add controls and Java main programming that add fragments
Android projects
and style and Android. If you can have you want to develop menu like iOS. If I want to develop
iOS application, I can go to
resources ID to develop. Which can you use the name I can do it finish.
I want to talk about the architecture of Android.
Now we can
iOS mobile application on iOS on Android. If I can use the Android Studio or Xcode, what I can do in smooth when we talk about the architecture of iOS and Android. Third module to cross-platform. Here we can talk about Titan.
It is the first application in Android Studio. Okay, I have many folders. The main folder for any programming language like Java. I have folder Java. The folder Java contains all files with extension to Java. I have package. It's the main activity. When I create the first activity, each activity contains two files. File.java and file.xml. File.java contains all lines code of programming, and the resource files like layouts main activity main.xml. It has the layouts of my applications for add my controls.
My window. I want to talk about the TV view.
I want to add buttons. Buttons move from the first activity to second activity. Okay. Okay. That's the main activity. The main activity. I want to add a new activity or a new window to create a new activity. You can right click new. You have activity.
I have 3 ways to store data.
I can set blank activity.
Properties.
I can set main activity too, and can click finish.
Like WhatsApp, it's my profile.
Now I have two files, main activity 2 and the design for main activity 2, the activity main activity 2.xml. I want to go to the activity main activity and want to add buttons. I can my screen. To add buttons, we can go to palette. I can add buttons
SQLite like SQL Server.
Like this.
If
okay.
I want to store data in database, or I can use a query like SQL Server. Same.
I can change the title of my buttons from properties.
Like SQLite, I can store data, the data in my file.
A property like title or text. I can
want to retrieve data.
Set it next button.
Third thing, we can deal with file system, file with extension .xml or text. Module
can remove hello world
about working
text.
How to play video
and delete it.
And how can record video or audio. We talk about working smooth.
Okay, or can add label again to
target of my course, how to access the backend. How can
to make comparison between the first activity and second activity. I can add control set. I can change the name of the hello world to first activity.
How to make web service like .NET or Java. How can access this web service.
And the main activity main 2. I can add label and will change the text of this label to activity 2.
Location service. Almost of people have
can go text.
I can use the features of smart file to get the location of the user or get the location of my company. How to can measure the routes. I can measure this distance between my home or my company. Okay. We modules integrate context and social API. How to integrate
how to add event listener for button. How can add event listener for button next? We can go to add properties like on click.
To search about somebody. No, I want to include
Okay.
all
I can add
like
name it next
or Facebook or
click.
Instagram in my contacts application. My file and
the design has background for XML. If we go has two tabs, design and text. If you go to text, you will see the XML files that generated when add buttons or add text view or labels.
I have control called web view. Web view it's take a pass as parameter HTML file.
I don't have the event listener like SP.NET. When double click to go to my code. No, I want to add the events in code. How can I add the events for these buttons?
I have two ways to deployment and distribution.
Buttons is called
the first thing to
button. It's idea of button. You can change the buttons with btn. Next, how to add event listener for button next? We can go to the file programming language file to Java for activity main. What is the file for activity main? It's main activity.
I can develop in my mobile that's local, or can publish it or distribute it on Play Store or Apple Store. You can anybody access it. And
how can add the event listener for button? For button next, you have two ways to add the event listener. We can call directly next click or have a function add event listener. Firstly, we can use the first thing for next click. I can go to main activity and call. I can collapse
my voice or voice. Can slow the letters. Any question? Any question?
Public.
Can go to the first module.
Void. And call next click. Must take parameter view. I have code objects. And when I want to move from activity 1 to activity 2, I will using class main named intent. Intent is responsible for moving from activity 1 to activity 2. I can take objects intent.
Create and run and package and deploy application for
equal new
and BlackBerry while using our cross-platform using one language, JavaScript. You need to have basic simple knowledge about JavaScript to create mobile application, native mobile.
What is the parameter that I can pass it for intent? The first parameter is the main window, and the second parameter that the windows I can activity I move it. Okay, first parameter I can use it. It is main activity dot class, or I can write this. This is for main activity, and second activity it's main activity to dot class.
Okay.
I can prepare now the intent, but when I can click the intent for the button for moving window 1 to window 2, I can call function start activity. What's the start activity? Take intent. I can pass intent that I can do intent.
Applications. JavaScript, you can use your skill and
okay.
Extent,
it's class. Class is I can use it to move from window from one activity 1 to activity 2. I want to test my app now. To test my app now, I can run my applications. It can open simulators.
Visual Studio has many templates like SP.NET, SP.NET MVC, and Wins4.
Okay, I have issue.
Titanium Applicator has many templates to develop applications like single window application and tabbed applications and allo application. If you can use MVC better, model view controller like SP MVC, I can use Titanium Studio to develop mobile applications. Like Visual Studio have many .NET from .NET framework versions. Titanium Applicator has many SDK we can talk about the last SDK 3.4. We talk about what is SDK in this module. What's Titanium SDK? Titanium SDK, Titanium SDK tools. What's Node.js? Node.js is the first thing we can use in Titanium. Node.js that provide me many of templates we can use to develop mobile applications like tablet applications or single application or master and details application. We can open Titanium Studio and will play the templates in Titanium Studio. The first thing to use to develop mobile application, we can install Node.js. Node.js that provide me many of templates to can develop mobile applications. What's Titanium API? Like .NET has many namespace for API. I can has many API stands for application program interface, and I can use many of libraries to create mobile applications. The first slide we can use Titanium UI for creating controls, or can use library like Titanium.NET for access in web service. I can make it. Titanium Studio. We can use Titanium Studio ID if you develop it. We can use Studio to write and test and debug your mobile applications like .NET. I have used it to debug and test my application that which can the application ASP.NET application or for applications. The Titanium Studio I can use to develop.
Okay, I have problem in my simulator
on different operating systems.
Okay.
What kind of modules? What's modules? Modules like DDL5.
I have
some I can generate DDL5 from it. I can use.
What I have in first app
for
the first one
consume in another project. It has another project, but I can create modules
when I can click
on move it from another activity and explore
in my
application. We will see the multiple Titanium. Can create modules. When I can create modules, I can create with free and with take money. But it's a simple app. We can modules like DDL files. I can actually from use Android, the operating or classes in the my modules. We can all people all JavaScript and JavaScript. I can use in another project to develop application on Titanium. I have two websites who get pre-used or reused modules like Titanium Plus. It's a famous or most popular websites that have already modules. I can download it and use it in my code like Facebook modules or like Google Maps modules or like iOS Market modules. I can use directly without I can write any line code. What's mean application cloud service or can have shortcut ACS? What's ACS? What's ACS? ACS like push notifications, have many services or cloud services like push notification. What's push notifications? In use social network, we can have post. All friends on your contacts have seen this post. What can I do to make one post and all my friends to see this post? I have the technology called push notification. Push notification, I can send message and this message anybody or person have in my contacts can see it. How can I do it? It's found in a Accelerator Cloud service or the most famous website that can do it. It's part.com. Part.com is push notification, free push notifications. Titanium will provide me Accelerator Cloud service with money, with paid money. If I can use the free things for push notifications, I can have most popular site for push notifications. It's parse.com. Okay, what's the feature of my platform? The first feature for platform, it's native UI component. What's mean of native UI component? If I want to access any hardwares in mobiles or softwares in different operating system, like I want to create service like straight in .NET and Android, I can use it. I can use it with native UI for controls. If I want to access any controls like menu, and Android has a menu, then menu buttons. If I want to create menu when I click menu buttons, we can do it with Titanium. I can have library for UI Titanium.ui to create controls like Titanium.ui. It's the most popular library to use to create controls. If I want to access any controls for different operating system like with Android, I can use it. Like if I want to make navigation window in iOS, I went back right to Windows, I can use native UI components. Native UI components, if I want to create menu like in Android or back buttons for Android, I can access it with native UI component. Location API, I have modules already can use it. I can add it in my Titanium. I will learn you, inshallah, how to add modules like Facebook. It's already installed and the native API installed. I can use it with its functionality. SQLite, we can use query to install to insert data or update or delete or retrieve data in my database, but it's installed locally on my mobile. Audio and video, we can play audio and video or record audio and video. Social API and Facebook and Twitter, how they can share posts, how they can share photo, how they can make comments from my mobiles. Cloud service, we will agreement how to use Accelerator cloud service like push notifications. It's push already. Already I can use it. I have two cloud service for push notifications. The first push notifications, it's Accelerator cloud service. It's paid money. If I want to use free push notifications, as have the parse.com, to provide me free push notifications. If I want, inshallah, we will display the difference between Accelerator Cloud Service and parse.com. This script, we will show how to develop mobile applications with HTML and CSS and JavaScript. With JavaScript, hold one single file that generate two different mobile applications for iOS and Android. To develop the mobile applications for iOS and Android, we must install the SDK for iOS and Android. We will learn, inshallah, how to install the SDK or Titanium SDK to develop the native mobile applications for iOS and Android. If you want many resources to learn mobile application or to learn Titanium accelerators, the first websites we will go and we show the documentation of my websites. It's accelerator.com. If you want to know how to create web service or consume service, how to consume local data or create local data like properties like SQLite, like file system, the first website we can talk about is accelerator.com or Titanium.plus. Or GitHub has code I can download and install it. Okay. Sorry. The first thing to develop application, we'll start to develop application. We can use the JavaScript library for UI, it's library you can use to develop applications. Any controls for file like buttons, like text, like checkboxes, like scroll view, like table view. These controls we can deal with this and create with applications. Network, we can use the library for network to consume web service. Like web service that retain JSON, retain XML, SOAP service, I can use the library for titanium to tiny.network. Tiny.network for to consuming any web service, I can use it. Map, I can have two ways to develop maps, native maps or hybrid maps. Hybrid maps, I can do one map and run this map on iOS or Android. But the hybrid map is deprecated. The new map, to create new map on Android or iOS, I can use native map. I will learn you, Sharman, how to create native map and how to register on Google or iOS Market to develop the maps on the different operating systems. That's the main code for develop first window and applications. It is I can use. I'll talk about ti.ui. The first slide we can deal with it. It's titanium or equal to ti.ui for create the first window or first like of form. So the website or ASP.NET has at least one web form. That's web form. I can divide it with divs. The mobile application the at least must contain one window. To create window, you can use a library ti.ui.create window, and it can has many properties. Like I get a title for display title for my window. I can has property title. As title I can set with string data. I can say do anything, browse vehicles, or I can when I can do open my window, I can call the object mail list dot open. That's the code when Sharman use it for create the first window in my applications. The most common web API or API you can use it ti.ui. Okay. We will develop small publications with native Android operating system like Android Studio. I will make with simple publications for how to do the first publications with Android Studio. I will learn you if you are native application developer, what can you use? We'll first start with Android operating system. What's Android? What's Android? What's Android?
It's a framework open source.
Operating system. Okay. Yes. Android. It's open source operating system. When I can want to develop mobile application on Android operating system, I can use Java programming language to make mobile applications or on mobiles, tablets. Any device can support Android operating system. That's main concept of mobile applications. I can use user interface or hardware buttons or screen size and turn size. I can have in applications most common controls in mobile applications like tab bar. Tab bar when you click. When you can click any icons of tab bars, it can display a new window. When can click on icons, contacts can display contacts, and when can put logs can display logs. And when can click on any tabs on this window can display a new window. A table view like list view or grid view in ASP.NET. When can you click, it contains set of rows. When can you click any rows, it can display a new window or details this row. I can have the title bar for window. I can have notification bar, like any social network, and when can anybody send message or send anything. We can display at the top of the window. When click the buttons can display the details of this message. I can have buttons. Okay, we can enchantment display controls in Android applications. The main component or the main feature that's in Android, the first thing contains activity. What's activity? Activity is the single user interface. Contains or it's like container for all controls. When you need to add controls to mobile applications, the first thing to sort it and it can create an activity. But when I call it on Android, activity is single user interface like window or like web form. You can, when you add controls, the first thing to think it, you can add an activity. The activity, it is the main component to add my controls. And when you divide this activity to main part, you can divide the activity with a view. We can talk about what's view and what's activity, how to create activity and how to create a view. What's service? Service, it's like activity, but without user interface. Like a thread, it's run in background. Like thread, it's like run in background. Like when you can play or can operate many programs on mobiles, like Google Chrome or like audio. When you can the application run on backgrounds or can display the first window and the audio in the back end, the audio it's already played. Why? Why? Because I can make it service. Service like a thread. I can pass it as applications. As application service. It's the main component for run these applications. We will talk about how to use as a titanium accelerator, how to create or access native mobile application for Android, and how to create service. Service is like a thread. Okay. What's intent? Intent I can use in Android to move between windows. When I want to go from window 1 to window 2, I can use intent. Or when you can pass data from window 1 to window 2, I can use intent. Okay? Any questions? Any questions? Activities. A single window, a single container, layouts. I can format my controls when I can need the first applications. The first thing to do it in your mobile applications, you can add activity. Like ASP.NET or Windows application or mobile applications, when you can add, you want to add controls, you can add form. Okay. The main thing you can add in mobile applications, or I can talk about activity. It's a single user interface. The layouts. When I add controls, I want to add the first thing activity. Okay. Any questions? This is the architecture of Android architecture. What the Android consists of? Android consists of set of layers. The first layers or the most important layers, it's Linux kernel. What is the Linux kernel? If you want to access any hardware on your mobile applications like Wi-Fi, like Bluetooth, we can use Linux kernel to access anything like display, camera, audio, and the driver. To when to access any driver or hardware component in your mobile, we can use the library. It's Linux kernel. Have many libraries like SQLite, it's library, like social network, it's library to when you can deal with social network like Facebook. Have module, it's called Facebook. When can you integrate any web content like HTML files and then split it in your publication? You can use the library for WebKit. Okay. We can has like .NET framework. The Android has Android framework. It has many libraries to create applications like window manager or notification manager. If you want to create notifications like notification for Instagram or Facebook, you can use library like notification managers. Applications. When you can buy the mobile application, new mobile applications, it has already application installed. Like phone, like home, like browser, like contacts, it's already installed in your mobile application and you can use it directly without you can develop applications. It's already found in any mobile application you can or operating system you can buy it.
Okay, Android has the advantage of hardware buttons like back buttons. When back buttons, it displays the previous buttons. Home buttons. When I click home buttons again, home screens. Menu, menu display menu of activities. I can make menu for activity or can make public menu on the app applications. Menu, it's control or hardware buttons. How can I access it in Android applications? We will learn Sharahman how to get access menu button or any hardware buttons in mobile applications with Android Studio now, and Sharahman next lecture we can talk about the administrator to access hardware for Android. Okay, we will talk about how the make application support multiple screens. The Android device operating system have many screens. How to develop application support all screens, 2 inch, 7 inches, 10 inches. How to can support my app to display on multiple screens. What is the height and width? What's the pixels? What's the measurement? I can use it to support for mobile application to support multiple screens. We can Rahman displays this description in the 10 episodes. I can explain what's Android and what's architecture of Android. We can focus only on 10 episodes, but I can display the concepts of mobile application. Okay, the first thing I want to use it as the native mobile applications, how to create activity and how to move from first activity and second activity. I will use now Android Studio to create first activity and second activity. We agreement the activity. It's like window. I can or container or layouts. I can add my controls like buttons. Like SPO or WinSform, that buttons have event listener. When I can add event list of button line click, it can move the first activity to second activity. Okay, I will now use Android Studio. Okay, not Titanium Studio, but can make first mobile applications for native mobile application, not cross-platform mobile applications. Let's now I can do the first mobile applications for Android Studio. All PCs has Android Studio. All PCs has Android Studio or Titanium Studio only. Titanium Studio. Okay.